Welcome to Bitcoin. Hey, we're live streaming. Welcome to, I better need this. Oh my God. Welcome to the show, everybody. How's it going? This is the Monday 4 o'clock show. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Of course, we are streaming this show 2 times a week. If you want to jump into any of the live streams where I answer your questions, we talk about some of the latest things that are going on and look at a roundup of the market and all that fun stuff. Monday, 4 o'clock, Friday, 12 o'clock. Those are local New Zealand times. If you want to be in, come and check it out then. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Everyone joining us down below in the live chat. Really appreciate everybody turning out to have a chat with us. Now, just some updates for the channel. Shingo Levine from Bitquents. That chat's still going to happen. Hopefully going to happen later today. So I should have that up for you guys for tomorrow. So do keep an eye out for that. I'll also be talking to Alex from Nugget News. That is an Australian cryptocurrency channel, if any of you guys don't follow it already. I've been in touch with the guys from Loopring. So hopefully I'll be talking to those guys pretty soon. And also, hopefully we'll be talking to the guys from Moeda Loyalty Points. And that was actually the community coin of the week this week. But it's a really interesting project. I have done the coin review for that already. Just got to get it put up. Plemiak, how's it going, man? I got the power. I got the power. Man, Powerledger is going crazy this week. And of course, always more interviews in the pipeline. Just a question of getting a hold of people. And by the way, I have to share this with you guys because this was crazy. For some reason, last night, I was dreaming about Jihan Wu. Him and I were just hanging out, talking about Bitcoin, and just, where does this stuff come from? I don't even know. But remember back during the American elections, I kept having dreams about Donald Trump, where Donald Trump and I would just be hanging out. Brain's crazy thing. Anyway, besides the point. Power has gone insane, guys, and I think it definitely deserves our first look of the day. Of course, we got to talk a lot of other things, too. It's been a pretty crazy week in general. Now that things are kind of chilling out with all the Bitcoin drama, Bitcoin Cash had its run up. It's chilling for a while. Projects like Powerledger. Wow. Holy cow. This is absolute huge movement on Powerledger. Remember, this was just 10 cents a piece only a few days ago. This is one I'm definitely holding long, even though, you know, yeah, I could cash out now, take some really nice profits, but I really, really like Powerledger. I think it's got a lot of long-term potential. Everyone's saying, to the moon, to the moon, to the moon. Now, look, guys, you got to keep it real. There's nothing wrong with taking some of your profits. If you invested at 10 cents on Powerledger, you've now made 35 cents a piece. You can cash out now, walk away a happy person. I love Powerledger. I'm in it for really long term. I think Powerledger will be one of the projects that's around for a really long time. Powerledger, you know, it's only getting more and more partnerships all the time. Clash with KEKD. Add on the dips, absolutely. Rodrigo says, please, I never asked you anything, just talk about HTML coin. I have no idea about HTML coin, Rodrigo. That's all I can say, my friend, unfortunately. 8 cents in the ICO, says Sebastian. Yes. Yes, Sebastian. Powerledger makes us believe. We believe in ICOs. Look, that goes back to a lot of what I talk about basically around ICO fever. We see so many of these ICOs that come out and go down, basically. And it's a really tricky time for the ICO space in general because there's so much money coming into it right now. There's so many people getting involved, and there are some ICOs out there that are really good and oversell. There are some ICOs out there that are really bad and oversell. Powerledger is one of the ones. They sold a good amount. They had a really great project. I think the market's responding to that. And they just move from strength to strength to strength. Super active social media, and they just keep doing great stuff. So, Powerledger, you make us believe. I believe. Waiting for Kick to be worth what I paid for it. Been avoiding ICOs since, says Scott. Yeah, you bring up a good point, Scott. And there's massive risk involved in investing in any ICO, basically. You're actually, because sometimes it takes the coins a while to get out, you're basically saying, hey, I'm willing to potentially take much less when these come out. And if you hold it, okay, rock and roll, you can get through that. But for all the people like the Americans out there listening, a lot of these ICOs you miss out on, you can actually get them for less when they get out to the market. But that's not all ICOs. Some ICOs are not like that. PIVX says Power will dip for a nice re-entry. Let's hope so. I'm looking out for that. Now, Power, probably about an hour into trading on Binance, was at ICO price for about an hour or two. So this follows a similar pattern to what Manase Ico did. It was at or slightly below ICO price for a couple of hours and then simply never went back there. There you go. That happens sometimes. LA token was the poo-poo was shit. Kick 10 cents to 3 cents. This is the thing, guys. It's so tough with some of these, eh? And it's not that those are bad projects. LA token's an interesting project. Kick's doing stuff right now. That's the thing. Kick's underwriting ICOs. They raised too much money. Generic account says most ICOs end up selling cheaper on Ether Delta anyway before they hit a proper exchange. I got Power for less than ICO price that way. That may be true, generic account, but most people kind of miss that very short window. But this was definitely one of the ones where, especially if you got in, you got the early bonuses, then you did really well. Drain the Swamp says, attention, Mr. Lark. Drain the Swamp, attention for what, my friend? Post your question again. Mark Johnson, thoughts about the Tether drama? I do indeed have thoughts about that. We're going to be talking about that in a few minutes. Robert Rose asks, hey, Crypto Lark, what exchanges do you trade on? Robert Rose, most of these days, I'm trading mostly on Binance, actually. I'm trading a little bit on Bitfinex. Well, picking up coins, not trading, so to speak. Ether Delta, once in a blue moon. Sometimes there's things over there that you can't get anywhere else. That does happen. I'm signed up for a few other exchanges, but I don't really use them. I kind of get all my needs done through those two exchanges. Big news coming from China. Interesting. Haven't heard about the big news coming from China. Patty Man asks, what were the early bonuses for Powerledger? I was in the ICO, but don't recall bonuses. Was that about cheaper or extra power? Yeah, I don't remember the exact figures either, Patty Man. I just didn't have the cash to invest in Powerledger during the ICO. I think there was like a 20% bonus or something for like the first week, something like that. So, James Young, I lost 8K in metal. Ouch. Metal's been down for a long, long time. That's been a brutal ride for metal. I'm still holding my metal. I think it's going to come back. So, I'm not worried about metal at all. I think it's a really great project. Kevin D asks, is it true that Binance will become decentralized? Well, they're supposed to. So let's see if they come through on their promise. If they do become a decentralized exchange, man, I like Binance even more. The problem with decentralized exchanges is that they're hard to do. You definitely got, we got Ether Delta right now. BlockNet is working on one. It should be out pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. Komodo was having a problem with their wallet. There's a lot of people out there kind of starting to dabble into it, but no one's stepped ahead and said, we've got the best product yet. So let's keep an eye out for that. Disco Dan C in the house. Disco Dan C, welcome, welcome, welcome. Guys, Disco Dan C, gave him a big shout out. He's given 2 Neo to give away in this week's coin giveaway video. That's, of course, the Friday news video. Joey Alex, you came late to the chat, my friend, but the Bitcoins interview is still on. It's just going to be happening later, so watch out for it tomorrow morning my time sometime, so I'll try and get it up by then. But it's still going ahead, so keep an eye out for it. Brinks Mining, I liked your point about having a centralized gateway to a decentralized platform. Yeah, I think that's what the best ones are probably going to look like in the end. So, the one says, hey Lark, yay for the midday stream. How is Windy Welly? Well, it's windy as usual. What's to be said about it? Neo, $10,000, 2023, no doubt. The way these projects are going. A $10,000 Neo. Now look, you guys got to keep your price predictions, I don't know, I think, realistic sometimes as well. What would a $10,000 Neo require? Lark, listen to me a sec. Drain the Swamp, I keep missing your question, man. ADA giving out bonus coins when traded. What is this? I haven't heard anything about that, Drain the Swamp. If you got a website or something for me to go look at, I can have a quick look at that, but I haven't heard anything about ADA giving out any bonus coins. So, if we were to see a $10,000 Neo, yeah, I want to see a $100 Neo. I'm with you, Kevin D. I'm with you. But look, a $10,000 Neo, so we'd need, so 10x would give us $400. That would give us a $27 billion market cap. Okay. A $270 billion market cap would give us the $4,000 Neo. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. I mean, I guess at some point Neo could be as big as Google. I don't know, guys. I don't know. That's a heck of a long game on that. But I'm definitely a massive Neo enthusiast. Yeah, like I said, I'm looking out for the $100 Neo. That's going to be an awesome time. Drain the Swamp from 310 minutes. No joke, I think it's a glitch. Weird, Drain the Swamp. Marcelo Franco, how do you think the introduction of 7 nanometer and 5 nanometer chipsets will affect the crypto world? It is going to be the start of a real arms race in the Bitcoin mining sphere. Like, seriously. Those chips are going to revolutionize the way the game is played, basically. But it's the 7-minute abs conversation, guys. Then somebody's going to come out and they're going to have the 3 nanometer chip and the 1 nanometer chip and the sub nanometer chip. They're going to have chips, so it's tiny you can't even say, where's the chip at? I don't know. Where's the chips? Anyway. Lark, did you grab some Decred? I have not. Confidio, was it a scam? You know, I have not looked into Confidio, but the one thing I do have to say about that is this. The word scam gets thrown around so much in this space. And sometimes things are actually scams. Sometimes they just suck. They sounded good, but they suck. Sometimes the teams fall apart. Sometimes they get hacked. Sometimes they just thought they could deliver, but they can't deliver. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's a scam. There's a real difference here, and people just throw the word scam around way too easily in this space. So, Salvatore says, look at Block V, nobody is talking about it. Haven't looked at Block V yet. Have still not seen one. Block TV. Block TV. There's a lot of different TV ones out now. I should have a look at one of those. I don't watch TV. I don't know. But, Jarek, Powerledger to the moon. Bought it at 7 cents. Boom. Boom. Derek C. Bitcoin is a scam. Yeah, that's the thing in the space. I don't think that there's any... Almost every one of the videos I've done, there is somebody who has said this coin is a scam. Seriously, guys. It's crazy. Cuz asks, what about reinvesting with BitConnect Crypto Lark? Cuz, I do not invest in BitConnect, so you'll have to go find, there's plenty of people on YouTube talking about BitConnect, man. Go join one of their live chats, they can tell you all about the ins and outs of BitConnect, but I do not invest in it, so I can't answer your question. Jay Parr says, check out the Ardor website. You know, it's Ardor's on my list. Ardor's one of the, again, it's funny in the crypto space here, guys. You know, I try to review as many coins as possible. There's only so many hours in the day, but you know, I try to get to as many as I can. I really, really do. But there's so many exciting projects out there. One I'm definitely going to be looking at soon is Ardor. It's pretty high on the list. I've got a BlockNet here as well that I'll be looking at fairly soon. Salvatore is still going on about Block V or Block TV. I will have a little peek at it later, man. I'll have a little peek at it later. We're going to mark it down on the thing here. But there's a lot of sleepers like that. Oh-ho! Colin Adam, gift from Bitcash. Bcash, Bitcoin Cash. Thank you very much, Colin. That is much appreciated for the donation, man. Absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Helps the channel out a lot. Block TV. A lot of countries won't allow power buying like Power provides. Is that going to slow it? Asks Bolivian billionaire. That's a good question to ask about Powerledger. Some countries won't, but a lot of countries will. This is the thing. India is on board. If Powerledger only serviced Australia and India, that would be enough. But they're already making different connections around East Asia, for example. They've been over in Singapore. It's really going to take off. They only need a few partnerships. India is big into it. It provides such an amazing potential solution for India. I heard someone post in a comment saying about Powerledger, well, hey, you know, there's a lot of people who are doing home-based solar, like here in Australia. I don't really think it's going to be so popular. How's it work? Aren't the power companies going to revolt against this? The thing is that the power companies, this is what makes Powerledger great. They're working with the power companies because you have to have the lines. If you don't have the lines, there's no point. But the power companies, for example, here in New Zealand and over in Perth, they're the ones running the exchanges. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And so it lets regular people access the lines, trade in a centralized marketplace. It is a centralized marketplace for the power. But, you know, it's... it really offers good potential, and especially in India where all the power generation is happening outside of the big cities. Everybody lives in centralized or fairly centralized places in big apartment blocks. Well, not everybody, and there's a lot of rural people in India too, but nevertheless, it definitely has a lot of potential. Pratik Gurjar, is it the right time to invest in Powerledger? There's been a lot of run-up this week, Pratik. I wouldn't say, I mean, I bought some more today at, I think, 36 cents or something earlier today. But I'd already bought most of mine ages ago. If you're going to buy now, I want you to keep in mind, with all this exuberance, there's likely to be a pullback. Now, some coins don't do that, but I think that there will be a pullback here. It's up to you. Long term, you know, it's obviously going places, but if you can be a bit patient and watch for that pullback, the enthusiasm will come out of it a little bit. At least it's highly, highly likely to. So try and be a little bit patient, Pratik. You should be able to get it at a cheaper price. What? Saw a guy at a pub wearing a Powerledger t-shirt. That's awesome. I want a Powerledger t-shirt. That's amazing. Thanks, Lark. I got 20,000 Powerledger a couple days ago. Nice. Going to a breakfast with Gemma Green on Thursday at the Crypto Lark. Got any questions for Powerledger? Asks the one. No, but say hi to Gemma for me. See if she remembers me. I did an interview with her. She's a really cool lady. A really, really cool lady. Definitely the kind of person you want to be leading a project like that. By the way, guys, hit that like button if you haven't hit it yet. Helps other people see that the chat's going on. They can jump in and join the fun as well. Everyone is talking about HTML coin and Block TV in the chat. That is interesting. JPAR. Powerlegit offers a real solution to real world problems, not just another altcoin. And I think that is one of the things that is so gosh darn important. We see so many coins coming out that are kind of repeats. You know, how many decentralized exchanges, how many smart contract platforms? Oh my God. Seriously. Seriously, guys. It's crazy. And yes, there are other companies competing in that same place for the power market. I know Sun Contract and WePower, for example, are doing similar things. I haven't looked in depth into either of those projects. I know that Powerledger is incredibly well funded and definitely making great moves forward. Wildebeest, or Larky, make crypto easy and interesting. Thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you. I hope that the enthusiasm rubs off. So Salvatore says, I hold 176 NEO and I'm not moving any. That's the right idea. Just hodl. Just hodl, guys. Look, that being said, there's a lot of people swinging NEO back and forth and making some decent cash. But that's too high stress for me, guys. That's too high stress, all that stuff. I'm just going to hold on to my NEO for a long, 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 long time. JPAR says, don't sleep on Ardor. Yeah, Ardor is definitely one of the ones. It's pretty high on the list. I was looking at it yesterday and I thought, wow, this is great. I actually need to talk about this sometime pretty soon. But I wanted to talk about Salt. So I made a video about Salt today. And I have made a video about Moeda, which was the community coin. So those will both be coming out after the live chat sometime today. Okay. One thing I want to talk a little bit about today, and look, I got to preface this whole conversation with I haven't done massive in-depth research. I thought, hey, what better time to have a little look at some of the thoughts here and see what some of the controversy is. But there has been some serious allegations going around about Bitfinex. And it's a long story, it's a complicated story, but Salvatore says, Lark, how come nobody is talking about Raiden either? Some people have talked about Raiden. I've seen a review on it. Somebody talked, I think maybe even Superman talked about it. I haven't talked about it, just haven't had time. Too many coins to talk about, Salvatore. Now, what is the story here? Now, back last year sometime, Bitfinex was hacked and lost $72 million of their customers' money. Now, they had said they were going to pay everybody back with Bitfinex tokens, basically. And essentially, the argument here seems to be that there is some kind of very dirty dealings going on here. You can have a look at this. So this was the USD Tether swaps on Bitfinex before the hack, and the USD Tether swaps on Bitfinex after the hack. The allegation, I suppose, is simple in the fact that people are saying basically Bitfinex is acting like the US government and just printing their own money over there, printing up USD Tether tokens and just rolling it out like that. Some pretty serious allegations, to be honest. Now, Tony Vase he retweeted this earlier, and he's been quite vocal on Twitter for the past couple of days about trying to call this out, trying to call some attention to it. There is the real possibility that if these allegations are true, that's if these allegations are true, you know, we will have to see when it comes out. Tony Vase has basically said, let's all sit down and have a talk about it, and let's bring those people in and have an open conversation, and let's ask these very serious questions that need to be asked. And so I guess we're going to have to see if he can get those people involved. But if the allegations are true, well, that could bring Bitfinex down. If Bitfinex gets brought down, that is a huge hit to the space, and we might see another dip, guys. We might see another Bitcoin dip. Oh my God, no. What would that mean for the space? Look, anybody who is, this is why you don't hold your money on exchanges, by the way. This is why you should always be in control of your money. Don't leave your money sitting in a place like Bitfinex. Don't leave your money sitting, you know, anywhere else, basically. Keep it on your, keep it secure in your MyEther wallet, accessed through your ledger. Keep your Bitcoin in your ledger. Exodus is pretty safe, but I wouldn't recommend, you know, keeping crazy amounts of money over there. I heard Craig Grant just got hacked for 50 Bitcoin the other day on his Exodus. But the exchanges are probably the least safe place to keep your money, guys. Now, if Bitfinex goes down, they are one of the absolute biggest exchanges. They do stupid amounts of volume some days. $400-500 million a day. I think they did, I want to say they did like $4 billion. I could be totally wrong on that number, but $4 billion on the Bcash day. That is stupid. They're making stupid money. But that means they also have stupid amounts of people who have money on their exchange. And if their exchange goes end up, it could be, people are saying, well, it could be a Mt. Gox type situation. If you guys have been in the space for a while, you probably know what Mt. Gox is. If you don't, this was a Bitcoin exchange. It actually started off as a Magic the Gathering exchange, and it went down, and it was very destructive for the market. Now look, the market has matured well past that point. Ernani says Bitfinex makes so much money that 73 million is nothing. That's true, Ernani. But the allegation here, I think, and again, I'm not an expert in this, we're just throwing out some ideas for you guys to think about, is that once they realized they could start printing that free money, they kept doing it. And that potentially a lot of the USD Tether on Bitfinex is fantasy money, I think. So CoinQuest, what is the percentage that Bitfinex is a fraud? I'm saying it's anywhere from 0 to 100%. I don't know. I'm not on the inside. You gotta actually keep that, you know, in perspective. None of us are there. These are just some allegations that people on the internet made. Let's see what happens. I would like to see them address these things in a real proper way and say, hey, here is our audits, for example. There's all kinds of different allegations about, well, you've been playing with your books and stuff. And this, I guess, is what it comes down to as well, that the industry is super underregulated. You know, maybe this is why the real reason why Bitfinex stopped serving US customers and stopped accepting US dollars, because the US will actually come after you. So, Malbrooks, isn't this all fantasy money? Well, it is to an extent fantasy money, but the real fantasy money is saying that you have fantasy money, but it's a fantasy that you have fantasy money. It's like the next level. No, look, the real question is everything is auditable on the blockchain with Bitcoin. Anytime you move Bitcoin from A to B, it's all on the blockchain. You can see it. if the USD Tether never leaves Bitfinex, it's not auditable. It doesn't enter the blockchain ever. They can say how they have however much they want, and it doesn't matter. Mimi, there is a BitConnect live stream scheduled for 10, hosted by Bernie Madoff. Anthony Sinceri, the industry is under-regulated, so you have to use common sense before investing in projects. Amen to that. And this is not just about exchanges, and of course keeping your money on exchange. This is about ICOs as well, guys. Obviously, massive risk in many ICOs, even with the best teams and all that stuff. Ernani, it's not a problem necessarily with USD Tether, as far as I understand. And again, I'm not an expert on this topic, guys. We're just throwing out some ideas here in the live chat, but it's not a problem of USD Tether necessarily. It's a problem of Bitfinex in particular. So, is it safe to use USD Tether on Bittrex? I would say yes. I've heard nothing, untoo about Bittrex. I think the allegations are specifically that Bitfinex is basically saying they have more USDT than they do. So, it's a Bitfinex thing, not necessarily a USD Tether thing. But but if you are a USD Tether user, I would suggest that you come and look into this. If you are a Bitfinex user, I'd suggest that you come look into this. Someone asked earlier, well, Lark, what exchanges do you use? I said, well, Binance and Bittrex. I used to use Bitfinex, don't use it anymore. And this is part of it, but at the same time, I don't know. I just didn't like Bitfinex as much. CashXO, isn't Tether owned by Bitfinex? Oh, that would be a whole different level of drama. Didn't realize that, CashXO, if that is true. That'd be very interesting. So it will be interesting to see what goes down with it, guys. Anyway, something for you to keep an eye on if you are using Bitfinex or regularly use USD Tether. I would go look into all that stuff, personally. Okay, let's move on. Jason Howell asks, any rumors coming about the Lisk rebrand? I don't have any rumors for you yet, except that in 2 days there is a conference with the Lisk guys. So let's see if anything happens. But man, there was a big run up, by the way, in the price of Lisk. Obviously, this is responding to those rumors. Lisk is up to about $10 now. Obviously, because the run in Bitcoin has been so substantial over the past few months, we still haven't seen it fully recover. Oh, about though, actually. But, nearly back to its Bitcoin value as well. Once we see it past the 160 mark, we'll see it back at its recent Bitcoin highs, which would be quite nice. So we'll keep an eye out for that. We can see that happening. That would probably require about a $12 or $13 Lisk. But definitely this is a case of there's a lot of speculation, a lot of rumor flying around. Plemyik, are you participating in the Cyber Miles ICO? I haven't decided yet. I think I will. I can't remember. I think that what I was trying. I think you know what? I think they denied my KYC for some reason. I can't remember. But for some reason, I wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to in the end, which is unfortunate. I don't know. I'll have to look into it again later. I get so distracted with so many other things. Multiman40 asks, guys, I seem to have lost 10 Neo during wallet upgrade. Any idea how to recover? Multiman40, this is the wrong place to ask. I would go over to the Neo Slack and reach out to them there. Usually there's someone there who's going to be able to help you. So go reach out to them and say, hey, guys, help me give them money out here to explain the situation to them. Whale asks, hey man, just joined, but any news on the Manase Decentralized ICO. You know, that is such an unfortunate thing. Now, I haven't heard any news about when it's going to be launched again. If you guys don't know about the Manase ICO, this was going to be the first ICO, decentralized ICO, launched on the Komodo platform. Not just the first not just the first Komodo ICO, but the first decentralized ICO ever, basically. Komodo's wallet wasn't working to the level that it was supposed to be, basically. They weren't happy with it, so they called off the ICO at basically the 11th hour, which is pretty late time for it, actually. Unfortunate, but stay tuned. Stay tuned. I mean, the market took Komodo on a pretty good ride after that happened, but Komodo's recovered its value pretty well. Its high was only around 280 just before it crashed down to about $1.80 after that Manase ICO news. So, are you gonna have a chat with Data Dash soon? You know, I haven't even reached out to Data Dash. I should. Where's my list of people to talk to? I should try and reach out to Data Dash. And box mining too, actually. So, box mining and I we're friends on Skype, but we've never actually got around to making that chat happen. So, hi, I'm pretty new here. You seem like a pretty laid back and chill person. What are your thoughts on NEM, especially in comparison with other top altcoins? Okay, so look, there was one bit of news about NEM today that we're not actually talking about because I didn't have a chance to really look into it, and I might leave it for my coin news video of this week. But NEM is basically one of the top blockchains in the space. They've been in the top 10 for basically ever, although I feel like they might be going out of the top 10 pretty soon, simply because the space is the way it is. But it's maintaining pretty solidly its market cap. It's just others are kind of passing it. I saw something, it was the Internet of Things NEM, where they're looking at even more new projects to bring into NEM. But it's a very solid project. It's seen an absolute smashing in the past few months, and the Bitcoin price went down from about 8,000 to 2,500 bit Satoshis, where it's at now. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens with NEM. I'm still a big NEM enthusiast, though. Definitely want to keep adding into it as we go on forward. But you know, it's a great blockchain. They've got basically they made their own blockchain, and it's really, they've got a big business focus. In fact, they have a private blockchain. So NEM is the public blockchain. Mijin is their other blockchain, which is private for business to business. So ETH FOMO soon, says Crypto Rose. Yeah, will we see the $400 Ethereum back? We've seen an amazing run up on it this week. Holy cow. Now, is it about 364 or something? Let's look at the 7-day here. Just yesterday, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 364. So we've seen some really good run up on Ethereum. Will it cross the 400 threshold pretty soon? That's an interesting question. All Ethereum holders want to know. Very real potential. We could see that $400 Ethereum here in the next couple of days. So everyone is asking about Lisk. We talked about it a little bit already, but I can expand on Lisk for you guys a little bit if you want. Now, one thing, and this, we'll tie this into the Ethereum chat actually, is that Ethereum, as it moves forward, might actually pull up the altcoin market even more than Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin's been kind of chill in the past few days. I know it's up 31% on the week, but the past couple of days it's kind of chilling up around $8,000. But if we see a $400 or $500 Ethereum, I really think that might actually pull the altcoin market up even more and really give us that kind of strong alts are back kind of emphasis. Now, Lisk if you guys aren't in on Lisk and you don't know what Lisk does, Lisk is doing simple dApps basically, and it's a great project with a super solid team. Their rebranding is a large reason of that price run up. I would not be surprised to see a price retraction after that rebranding. This is how the news cycle kind of usually goes, guys. Oh, there's news. What's going to happen? Everyone's really, really excited. Oh, that's the news. Okay, great. Now it's time to sell. You do see that happen with things about 90% of the time. But nevertheless, as a long-term hold, Lisk has got really amazing potential. Hodlers Weekly, they have not rebranded already. There is rumor that they're going to announce the rebrand, which could happen at any time, on the 22nd. That is what the big price enthusiasm, I think, currently is about. But of course, the whole market's doing well. We've seen a lot of projects. Oh my gosh, EOS is back up to $2. Nice. Nice. A lot of projects are doing stunningly well this week. Multiman 40, the whole market is full of profit takers. I buy all top 50 coins, part of the quest. Drain the swamp. Still talking about that ADA. Something weird. When you trade, you get a bonus. Okay, I'll have to go look into that after the chat. Drain the swamp. Fishing Total. Monaco. Have you heard of it? Absolutely. Now, let's talk a little bit about Monaco. They seem to be one of the first ones really delivering on their crypto cards. The crypto card market in general has been a pretty brutal time. Obviously, 10x issued a few cards, and then they lost their card provider, and then they were doing Visa prepaid cards, and it's a rough time. Now, Monaco is only going to be issuing cards in Singapore at the start, but they do have a lot of potential long term. So, Maple Syrup Stacker. Hey Lark, are you still Litecoin mining with your L3? No, I have sold my Litecoin miner. In fact, it was just too bloody loud. So, unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no. Living in a small apartment, for me, it is definitely best to cloud mine. What are you going to do? Universal Consulate General asks, Lisk has too much competition, Neo, Stratus, Nebuleo, and others. How many do you need? Well, potentially a lot. Potentially a lot. You know, you could think about, oh gosh, I mean, how many banks are there? How many software companies are there? And so on and so on. So there's a potential for a lot of players in this space. Any hope for Stratus? Yeah, big hope for Stratus. I don't count Stratus down and out. It's taken a lot of price beating recently, but Elliot Trotter, which top 10 to 20 project do you think most likely to fail? Ooh. That is a tricky question. Tricky question, do I want to answer it? Let's have a look here and see. None of them? Can I answer none of them? Is that a relative question? I mean, you're looking at some of the top projects in the space. Cardano's fantastic. I guess we'll see what happens with Tether. Can I say Tether, potentially? If the allegations are true, that could spell some real trouble for them. Stellar Lumens is a fantastic project. Manase Ico is fantastic. EOS has seen a really great run-up. Sebastian, BitConnect is number 21. It doesn't count. He asked number 10 to 20. He asked number 10 to 20. Number 21 doesn't count. No, really, seriously though. These are all some of the absolute top projects in the space here, guys. NokaJork888, thank you very much for the contribution. Much appreciated indeed. IOTA is trending up slowly. Great channel. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, IOTA is trending up slowly. we'll definitely have to see where IOTA goes, but I'm definitely glad that I am an IOTA holder. The only regret that I have with IOTA is that I didn't back the truck up on IOTA specifically the other day when it was down at like 35 cents or whatever. I was buying other stuff, and I don't regret buying that other stuff, but IOTA. I don't know if we're ever going to see a 34-cent IOTA ever again. But certainly enjoyed buying it when it was that cheap. That being said, IOTA has got a potential great future, especially when these partnerships start announcing. They've been working very hard in the background, guys. So, Maple Syrup Stacker asks, "Hey Lark, what editing software do you recommend to start making a YouTube video and recording footage? I use XSplit. It's really good. And I use the C922 Logitech camera for my camera, and this guy, the Blue Snowball. I really like having the microphone here. I find it gives much better sound quality than the webcam or a headphone set. Lark is a tuber legend for cryptos. Thank you, Multiman40. How about an Andre DeSantis interview? Somebody was just interviewing him today. Oh, let's put him on the list. Let's put him on the list. I love doing interviews. They're fun. It's always fun talking to other people in the space. Streamer has arrived to challenge IOTA, trading on Bitfinex now at just above ICO cost. Oh, interesting. Interesting, Plemic. Plemic, you always have the inside. You always have the inside stream to these things, man. That's awesome. Crypto Pirate asks, Lark, I have a quick question. Can you actually send Power tokens to an Ethereum wallet? Doesn't feel right to me. Crypto Pirate, you can send it to my Ether wallet. That is where I currently have my Power stored. It's all sitting on my Ether wallet. Not a problem. Bibendum asking about Loopring and the Neo exchange. I'm hoping to be able to sit down with the guys from Loopring later in the week and make the announcement early in the video, but we'll have to see if he can get it into his schedule. He's keen to chat, so hopefully I can actually get him down and we can ask him some of these exciting questions. Crypto Rose says most of these altcoins are $1 and a dream. If I could do crypto over again, I would stick with boring Bitcoin, Ether, and Litecoin. You know, you make a good point, Crypto Rose. And this is the thing, is that a lot of these projects, they're up and down, and there is some amazing growth and some amazing potential, and I invest a lot in altcoins. About half my portfolio is altcoins. But just investing in Bitcoin is like one of the, well, if you can just invest and forget it, one of the most, worry-free things you can do. Bitcoin performs amazingly. So most people, a lot of people who trade in the altcoin space are simply trying to increase the amount of Bitcoin that they have. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I'm a long-term holder on some of these altcoin projects, these alternative projects. Gotta stop saying altcoins, but seriously. Richard Hart is another awesome Bitcoin soldier. Would be an awesome interview. Oh, I haven't even heard of Richard Hart. Let's have a little look. Richard Hart. So many interesting people in the space. Anthony Sansiri. Wow, do you own 50% altcoins? I do. I got about 50% of my portfolio into altcoins. So the 50%'s just Bitcoin. And I'm counting stuff like Ethereum and Litecoin in that. Joey Alex asks, Lark, what do you think about Bitquents? Huge Bitquents fan. Really interesting project. If they deliver on what they say they're going to deliver on, boom. Absolutely boom time with Bitquents. The universal wallet will be amazing. Can you imagine having everything in one place? Like, seriously. That would be game changing. I don't know about you guys. I mean, it's not such a pain in the butt having 15 different wallets on my computer, but why? Why? It doesn't need to be that way. And so anybody who can actually deliver on that universal wallet is going to be well ahead of the game. So, look, Bitcoin has seen a big run up on its price recently. Let's come down and have a look at it. Bitcoin. Oh, it's up to $1.45 though. There will be pullbacks, but I think there's going to be a lot more run up for Bitcoins as they move forward. It'll be interesting to see, as they pull off what they want to pull off, how high this market cap is going to go when people actually realize what kind of a project they have going here. It's not just a universal wallet. It's fiat to crypto, one-click investment kind of stuff that actually makes cryptocurrencies very easy to get to as a regular human being. Love Bitcoins, bought it at 8 cents. Oh, Multiman 40, killing it on Bitcoins. Man, I hope you're still hodling the heck out of that stuff. T. Scarborough, where can you buy Bitcoins? You can buy Bitcoins over on Binance, or I think Bittrex has it as well. I've been buying mine on Binance, so. Bitcoin's CEO is advising Quorito ICO, the web-based platform emulating Quora, but paying users for contributions. Interesting. Haven't looked into it. Watch Richard Hart versus Roger Ver video. Very good. Interesting. Hodlers Weekly says Bitcoins will have tons of value when cryptos go mainstream and the average Joe wants to join the movement. Bitcoins also on coinexchange.io. Bitcoins could be a trigger for a lot of things. That's the thing, Malbrook. So there's a lot of, you can also grab it on HitBTC, Ether Delta, if you want to, and Livecoin. Apparently $1,000 over on Livecoin has been sold of Bitcoins, but most of the volume happening on Binance, actually, 61%. That is pretty impressive. It's coming to Robinhood pretty soon as well. When Robinhood gets fully up and running, it is running now, but only in the beta testing phase. Any project which can really deliver on making crypto easy for the masses is going to kill it in the space. And I know Electronium was promising to be the bring crypto to the masses coin. Where's old Electronium at these days? Oh, seriously, what happened to Electronium? Whoa! Has it been taken off CoinMarketCap? What's going on? What's going on, Electronium? And you're all the way down here again, huh? Anyway, promised a big game. Promised a big game, couldn't deliver. Bitcoins has got a serious team of people working behind it with amazing ideas, working to deliver a fantastic project. So keep an eye out for Bitcoins, guys. Do you see Cardano and EOS as competition? Absolutely. They are competition to each other, and they are competition to Ethereum. And being the competitor coins, Cardano and EOS make a great potential to invest into. Really like Cardano, really like EOS. I'm being stubborn. I don't want to buy more EOS at $2, even though it's some I mean, I've got, some EOS on the side, but there might be the day where I'm like, why didn't I buy EOS at $2? What was I thinking? But no, we've seen a big run up in EOS. I think during the next, 6 more months for the EOS ICO, we will see some pullbacks on that. So Crypto Pirate, they ported the Sumo wallet because the Electronium devs couldn't cut it. Cracked me up. Oh my goodness. Cardano is meant to compete with Ethereum. Absolutely it is. You look at the people who are involved with Cardano, and you'll understand they're going for Ethereum's throat. But so is EOS, honestly. Qtum as well. They're all competing in these space. They're some of the best projects out there, to be honest. You'll notice in the top 20, we have got a lot of the same kind of platforms. Sam Rosenberg asks, why is it bad to keep your coins on an exchange? Sam, let me address that question because that's a really good question. I touched on exchanges a little bit earlier, but let's just lay it out for you. Decentralized exchanges are the way of the future because when you have your money on a centralized exchange, let's say Poloniex, for example, you are no longer in control of your money. Poloniex is in control of your money. And while that is true, you may be able to get in and out of it pretty easily. They control your keys. They control your access to your account. Now, this is the one thing, is that a lot of people have been cut out of accounts. They just go to sign in date, your account's been locked. And the customer service is beyond atrocious at many of the exchanges. Now, some really stand out. They try to do really well and, actually help people, but not all of them by any means. But you're kind of screwed in that situation, or they just shut down different trading coins. Poloniex was really bad for this, without basically giving people no warning and just that trading pair is done. Well, what about the money I had? Who cares? Because for them, you're just one dude. They don't really care. Ernani says, do you guys trust Binance? I trust Binance as much as I trust any exchange. Can we say it that way? I like Binance. I think they're really trying to make themselves a big competitor in the space, but never trust an exchange completely. They can get hacked too, guys. How many exchange hacks have there been? Goodness gracious. Millions upon millions of dollars have been stolen from exchanges. And this is what has given us this whole Bitfinex problem, which we talked about earlier in the stream. So I think Icon will be better than EOS and Ethereum. Well, it just might be. Just might be. The thing is, grab some of all of them. Grab some of all of them and just diversify, and then you're chilling. You got your options well spread out, and if one or two of them don't do so well, well, then you're covered because you got the other ones. Bibendum, we talked about Tether a bit earlier in the chat, so go back and check that out. Multi-man 40. I wish Binance had some link to TradingView. Yeah, Binance has got a few areas where they could definitely improve themselves a little bit. But nevertheless, they do pretty good. Crypto Numbnuts. Hey, welcome, man. Power at 8 cents. Wink. Yeah, good stuff, man. Cryptonometron. Confidio has legal troubles. Went from 80 cents to 10 cents. Looks like it is dead in the water. That happens. Shyam Sundar asks, is Omise Go a competitor to EverX? Yes and no. Yes and no. They're both kind of looking at remittances, but they are competing in the same space, doing it in slightly different ways. I've done a video review of EverX where I compare them to Omise Go. I'd suggest you go watch that, Shyam, but the remittance space is getting kind of, a bit busy. Moeda as well is working on remittance too, so there's a lot of people in that space. Obviously, Omise Go is incomparably better funded and has got some very high level support. That being said, I like EverX too. I think EverX can really deliver on some real world problems, to be honest, and they're already doing it. EverX is already doing exchanges between Thailand and Myanmar, for example. So it's probably, if you're looking for an investment project, I'd look at EverX. I mean, I'm still buying Omise Go from time to time on the dips, but if you want that sort of potential bigger mover, EverX is way, way down here. If you compare market caps, for example, in particular. Where was EverX last time I saw it? Oh, there we go. 146. $28.7 million market cap, $1.74 a piece. Versus Manase Ico, which is around $1 billion. 260 watching, 96 likes. Hit that like button, says Brinks Mining. I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Mark Park, did the show start just now? It did start just now. It did start just now. If you have any questions on Lisk or Bitfinex or Powerledger, go back to the start of the program, guys. We talk about all that stuff today. All that stuff today. Anyway, we are going to finish up there for today, guys. I want to thank everyone so much for coming out and joining into this chat, asking really cool questions, asking intelligent questions, talking to each other in the chat and helping each other out. The crypto community is absolutely awesome, guys. Love you all so much. Have an awesome evening, day, morning, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. Long live the Crypto Nation, guys. And peace out till next time.